baby. Ease up, ease up. Get up in here. Gotcha. Oh, you have hooked my net. What in the world you want to do all that for? There we go. Alright guys, check that little feller out right there. I have been grinding and grinding that little spinnerbait through this water today. Stayed out on the main part of the creek all day. Get up in this long pocket, spend about 10 minutes and catch one. Should have started up in this pocket and I might have had a few more. I'm pushing up against dark now, so this may be my only little fish of the day. But hey, I'll take it. Lake Guntersville largemouth. Get him back in the water. See ya, and make our way down this bank. See if we can't get on one more before the sun goes down on me. Long way to go back home. Only one fish, but sometimes that's the way it happens. Let's get after it. Get on up here, Junior. Get up here, Junior. Oh man, you ain't near as big as your buddy was. But hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. Check him out, a junior. We have grinded and grinded today. Should have come up in this pocket off the main creek first thing today instead of last. That's where the fish are. I've seen other fishermen fishing close to where I was all day. Never saw anybody get even get a bite. I didn't get a bite till I pulled up in here. Now I've got a hold of two. And I got a tangled up spinnerbait. So we will have to fix. Easy, buddy. Jumping all over the place. All right. Man. We got him. Oh, barely hooked. All right. Number one. Day 2 of our little video on a floating worm. As soon as I get him untangled out of the net, I'll show him to you. That's number 1. Got ran back home last night because it got dark on me, and not having lights on my boat that are very dependable, I didn't chance staying out after dark, so I headed home from Guntersville and called it a day after the first 2 little fish. Alright, here is our bubblegum trick worm, and I have fished it up the lake some, and this is the first bass that actually got after it, and he got it. Did not hesitate, hit it hard too. So we're gonna try to keep using him for a minute, bite the head off and get rid of that little tore place. Now how I'm doing this is I've got this thing all the way through, just laying on top of that worm right there, and it will sit right there, almost like fishing an exposed hook, but it lays right up against that worm, and when they get a bite on it, 9 times out of 10 I catch them. I was hoping for a bigger one back up in here. We got a pretty good run in, and let's see, we got 68-degree water. I've seen some warmer water, but I did see that fish or another fish up in here busting as I came in, so I came on all the way to the back, and sure enough, there was one willing to bite, and hopefully there'll be another one. That's a good sign, though. The floating worm is a really, really good bait in the spring when fish are shallow, and actually on into summer, fall. Anytime you got fish shallow, I like it around vegetation. It comes through pretty weedless. You can throw a fluke. This just gives it a different action. Some days they'll want a fluke and they won't touch a floating worm. But today we got one on the floating worm, so I'll leave the flukes in the bag and hung that one in a tree. So I had to go get it. Got it. How about that? Get around here there, buddy. Oh. Got him. Well, I got me another. This one on a Texas rig worm. Not a lot bigger than the one we had just a little while ago, but I'll take it. That's a bite. Getting dark on me. I gotta quit getting to the lake late in the evening. I don't get very long to fish, so I'm probably gonna get run off again. But it's been a beautiful day, and anytime you can spend a couple of days out on the water, beats not spending days out on the water. Now this little old worm here is a lot different looking. It's got a lot of red in it. It's got some red, brown mixed. This is a worm I poured probably 2 or 3 years ago, and it's almost a triangle shaped worm. It's flat on the bottom like the cream style worms, but the actual body of this worm almost looks like a triangle shape. Doesn't look like anything else that I've ever seen. That's why I kind of like it, because if I haven't seen it, the fish haven't seen it. Now that's the second fish up in a run-in. Not a big fish, not where you really expect to find a big bass this time of year. This water's 68 degrees. It's a little cooler. A little cooler than the other water. I think this water coming in is a little cooler. I would expect some spotted bass to be in here, but that was a little largemouth. And he hit right where I thought he should be, except I thought he was going to be a spot. But I'm about to have to make my way back toward the truck. It's going to get dark on me. I got to throw in there again just to see if he had a friend. is these little areas like this that's got this fresh, clean water coming in, often will hold a school of fish. Sometimes there'll be a pound, sometimes there'll be 2 pounds, 3 pound fish will congregate. Don't really expect to see the big bass in the run-ins yet. After the spawn is done completely and it gets warm, if you have a cool rain, oh yeah, they'll be all up in that fresh water. But I thought I might get in here and catch a spot that'll get in here, and they love a good run-in. But I don't know if I'll get another bite. I'm gonna make a couple of casts up in here and I'm gonna head back down the lake before it gets dark on me. The mosquitoes, tip for the day, mosquitoes are out. They swarmed me yesterday, and like an idiot I didn't bring any spray with me 2 days in a row. And this is the first couple of days this year I've even seen a mosquito. Buddy, they have swarmed me this afternoon. There's a bat. Oh, he came off. You gotta be kidding. Man. Bugs. Well guys, I appreciate so much everybody tuning in. This has not been a huge week with a lot of big numbers of fish to show, but man, I've had a blast being out on the water for a couple days in a row. And anytime you can get out on the waters, you know, beats sitting at home. So beautiful out. Don't know I'll pick up another fish. I just decided I'd stop on the way into the van and found a couple of sticks to throw at and decided I'd just stop, throw a couple more times. A lot of trees in this lake, but a lot of brim and crappie around them right now. Bass seem to be busy doing the bedding thing, and most bass I've caught this week been on the small side, so I wasn't targeting bedding bass. I don't usually target bedding bass. I generally let them do their thing, and then I'll go after them again after bedding's over. Every once in a while I'll throw up on a bed, but not usually. If I was in a tournament, I might try to catch a few, but we're just out having a good time this weekend, and it seems like every time I go I change lakes, and man, that's hard on a fisherman in the spring when you change lakes every week, ever go somewhere new, and you're not sure what stage the bass are in at this point. So that's something to think about. If you have the luxury of fishing the same place 2 or 3 weeks in a row, it gives you an idea of, hey, this is what they're doing, this is what I need to prepare for, and gives you an idea of what they may be going to do next. So always study bass behavior, and it'll give you an idea of what's coming, where they've been, where they're going, and that's about the best advice. Spring can be feast or famine for a lot of guys, especially the ones like me that don't target bedding fish. You know, if you know they're up shallow in a foot of water bedding, you know right where to go. But bass are at all different stages, even on the same lake. They're not going to all bed at the same time. A lot of them will go in when the water reaches a certain temperature, but on the other end of the lake, it's going to be a different temperature. So they constantly, over a month or so, they'll bed at different times, and then as they come off, they'll go to roaming again. But guys, it's been a blast. Hope to show some bigger fish in a week or so. Planning on another trip back to Wheeler, another trip back to Guntersville. Gonna do some more where I'm at Duck River right now. I just had an hour or so. Came out, piddled around a little, and ended up with a couple little fish. So hey, wasn't a bust. Anytime you don't skunk, it's a good day. Just being on the water is a good day for me, so I'm happy. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. Appreciate the likes and the comments. If you're not a regular subscriber, please hit that button. Helps me grow my channel, gets me out on the water more. And I snagged my little worm in a tree, so I'm gonna cut this off, go get it, and I'm gonna head to the house and eat supper. You guys stay safe on the water. I'm Lowell Henderson. Bye. Oh, easy, easy. Uphill. There we go. Oh, man, that's better. That's better. I ran my back camera completely down today. Pulled out on some deep water, waiting on the other boats to get out of my way where I can go get my little canoe out, and boom, caught me a jig bass. I've had 3 bites out here in way deeper water than I have fished all day, and got my biggest fish while my wife was yakking at me on the phone, so I had to let her go. Awesome, awesome. We're gonna make a couple more casts, let the boat ramp clear, and we're gonna get on out of here. You can tell it's getting dark on me. But man, that makes my day right there. Waiting on the... Oh, these bugs are killing me. Man, I've literally had one bite earlier that I think my knot came untied when I set the hook. It didn't break. So I've had a couple of bites out deep, and really shocked. I wasn't expecting bass. Of course, way out here, this is still only 9, 10, 11 feet deep. But now I'm wedged in a rock, and the mosquitoes are still out here. We're gonna make one more. We're gonna get up out of here, and it has been fun. I know I ended the show earlier, but hey, when you pull up and catch another fish, sometimes you just got to end it again. Now the boat ramp's about to clear, so I'm gonna bump this in a couple, and I believe I'm gonna call it a day for real this time. Yep. Slime all over the jig. You guys stay safe. I'm out of here this time.